Hello sa inyo tanan! Ara ako liwat para maghimos ang top 5 nga video. Sa Pilipinas, may ara sila sa ginahimo nga ginatawag videoke. So videoke basically is where they take a normal karaoke song. They'll be singing like Celine Dion, the lyrics are on the screen, and they're just blasting out and singing at the top of their lungs and having a good time. The difference though, the thing that makes it unique to the Philippines is while they're singing these karaoke songs, they have a video background playing and the videos are just completely unrelated to the song. It's lots of fun for some reason, and I've done it once and had a good time. How many people can you fit on a jeepney? One more. Basically, public transportation in the Philippines, to sum it up, is kind of crazy. It's so crowded. There's so many people and public transportation is kind of limited sometimes. Biskan puno-puno na gid ang salakyan, ang tricycle, ang jeepney, ang bus, permi kaya maigo ang isa pa. Permi makasulod isa pa. Permi makasakay ang isa pa katao. I've ridden on like the back of the bus, like holding on. I've been on top of like buses and I'm just like clinging on to the outside of the bus, like hoping I don't fall off or something. Sometimes public transportation, you just gotta deal with it, and it's crazy in the Philippines. So number 3 on my list is about like Filipino gestures. In the Philippines, there are some differences about the ways they gesture. A common thing, instead of like pointing, like someone might casually just be like, just kind of like, they just point with their lips. Just like a casual way of saying like over there. Or another really common gesture in the Philippines is instead of like maybe like waving or something like that, if you're greeting someone casually, just they're walking by, like just like they do that like head nod, you know, just like that. This one is about food in the Philippines. What it is if you guys are in a group and you're eating together, if it's getting towards the end of the meal and there's like a last piece of food left, something really common with Filipinos is that they're not really gonna touch that last piece of food. But yeah, like they don't want to eat the last piece of food and they'll just kind of like talk about it. Sometimes they'll joke around about it. Of course, that's a generalization. Sometimes like no big deal, like sometimes they'll eat the last piece. There are a lot of people that will are like afraid to touch that last piece of food, and that's a very Filipino tradition. Last thing on my list is also about food, and it's about the way Filipinos eat. So in the Philippines, there are basically 2 ways to eat your food. Isa, kinamot, basically just like with your hand, and that's pretty common, like kumakaon ka sa manginasal, kinamot ako. Or the second way is with a spoon and a fork. I had one Filipino friend that told me once, Filipino can cut through anything with nothing but a spoon. And for us in the US, like it takes a little bit of getting used to because we're used to like a fork and a knife, but sa Pilipinas, ginagamit lang nila tinador kag kutsara. That's how they eat their food, and I think it comes from Spain. I'm not actually sure on that. And it's like just a big part of Filipino culture. Like it's become so much a part of Filipino culture. Like you'll even see like a fork and a spoon like on the wall as like decoration. They have like these big, have you ever seen like those big wooden forks and spoons like up against the wall? That's a very like Filipino decoration, and it's kind of unique and something that you don't really think about. It's not something that's really common here in the US, and so it's just like one of those things. Like if you ever go to the Philippines, if you're a foreigner living in the Philippines, you'll notice that, and like it takes a little bit of getting used to, but it's the only way I eat my food nowadays. Like of course, syempre Filipina ang asawa ko. Pero kung makaon kami, pero may ako nagagamit sa tinador kag kutsara. Kag para sa akon, mas hapos. Kay hapos lang magkaon kanon. Hapos lang magkat sang karne. Wala problema. So amo na nga akong top 5 interesting things about Filipinos and Filipino culture. Comment below parte sa mga ginahimo nyo sa inyong kultura. Sa gihapon, hindi malimutan na mag-like, share, kag subscribe.